right, so let's see here. So we're live again. It's been quite a few Saturdays since we've actually been on, or sorry, Tuesdays since we've been on. We had a really great second Saturday this last Saturday, this last weekend, and I was actually really impressed with how much got done. I was saddened that I had to actually leave the second Saturday, clean up at Bourbon Pond. My dog got a little bit injured, so I wanted to leave early and missed a little bit of the action. Matthew Thatcher actually came out along with John Johansson, Carl Backus, and Christy from Expedition New Life. It's really great. It's actually got a lot done. I'm really impressed. So basically, if you are familiar with Bourbon Pond in Troy, New York, what we did was we cleared about 100, I want to say 100 or 150 yards worth of brand new trail. And what it did was it created a brand new trailhead that looked a little more presentable, a lot less invasive knotweed, Japanese knotweed, and really just kind of feels very comfortable walking into the trail system itself. It is further up on Campbell Ave uh, on the next corner up. And actually, you guys probably can't hear me very well, but I'm going to mount this back in just to make sure you can hear me better. But basically what we did was we took a trail that wasn't there and we created a brand new trail from scratch that goes down into the ravine, the basin on Campbell Ave, and connects to the existing trail that we finished up last year. It was actually really nice. Had some guys from Mount Ida Preservation Society there, or Association, Mount Ida Preservation Association. So check those guys out. They're really great. They do a lot for the community. They're going to be doing a lot more moving forward now that they've got the church fixed up a little bit more. But they're right at the Post-Gill Gorge, Post-Gill Falls right behind them. So it's really, really beautiful church. But along with them, we were able to complete a really great section of that trail system, and also put up one of the very first Narrows trailhead signs. It was really, really great. Actually, I'm going to see if I could share my screen just to kind of show off that sign because it's fantastic. Let's see here. Share screen. Go that, and we'll go. I believe it's here. Share. So if you look, you can't see it all too well with Facebook, but it actually shows off pretty well. Looks great in place, and then when you actually go to Bourbon Pond, you'll see this. It's got some different spur trails that you go on, and then the normal main trail that you go on as well. So it's actually I love it. I love the way it looks. So really, really happy with it. But thank you to Rensselaer Land Trust for providing some volunteers for that as well. Really, really helpful. If you're not familiar with Bourbon Pond, Narrows Cascade Heritage Trail. Basically, what they've done, John Johansson started it, partnered up with Rensselaer Land Trust, and what they've been doing is they've been gathering up different parcels of land and creating a trail system that kind of goes through a large portion of Troy, actually. About a dozen waterfalls that you're going to pass during your travels through the trail system once it's fully complete. We're hoping to, in the next couple of years, put a bid on creating a bridge that has an expansion bridge, footbridge that goes across the Post-Gill Gorge. I don't know if it'll actually work. We're really hoping to get some backing from some of the local politicians. I think it would be an awesome addition from the for the community itself, but we'll see. It was a great day. So I'm going to pop it up on the bottom here. It's
New York Second Saturdays. So what that actually is every second Saturday of every month of the year, we aim to get outside, clean up, or walk, or just find your local green space. As Dig the Falls members, we do something. We try to volunteer. We try to clean up, do something else. But for everyone else out there just wanting to get out, this is your excuse to get out and enjoy the outdoors, enjoy the local green spaces in your area. It could be a couple of trees in a small spot in your city. It doesn't matter. Just kind of enjoy the time, basically. And what we ask everyone to do is pop up a picture on social media and tag or hashtag New York Second Saturdays. And if you're cleaning up, do the 2 bucket challenge as well. It's a lot of fun. It keeps it really interesting. Thank you, Expedition Midlife. Yeah, it was a lot of fun seeing you guys there. And I can't believe how much you guys got done. That was so great. So if anybody wants, they should actually follow Expedition Midlife. They're really fun. They've got a great hiking challenge. It's a winter waterfall hiking challenge for the Adirondacks. So check them out. They've got a great website as well. But just really fun people. So, but with Mount Ida and Rensselaer Land Trust there at the Narrows, we were able to get a lot done. And then Matthew Thatcher jumped in and really worked his butt off for us as well. Same with Expedition Midlife. So thank you very much for this past week. It was so much fun. Basically, this week, and I'm coming back into it again. So it's a little bit of me trying to kind of process being away from the live sessions for so long. So please bear with me. But we're going to get out to Burden Pond again the next second Saturday. We're gonna have a lot of fun out there. We're gonna do pretty much the same thing. We're gonna be doing a little bit of trail building, but what we like to do is we like to get kids out. We like to get the animals out, the dogs out. Bring your pets. It's cool. It's about getting people out there and actually enjoying the area, getting to know the area. And if you can help out on the trails, help out clean up a little bit of trash, or just want to learn a little bit more, we've got a Joe Durkin. He knows all the history of the area and what it was used for. And we have Carl Bacchus. He knows the geology of the area. So if you want to know anything about the geology, he's the main man for that too. It's really great to kind of pull on their experience and actually, ask them questions that you normally wouldn't be able to ask when you're walking through an area like that. The entire creek was used for factory. So, they used to make, I guess they were one of the largest suppliers of horseshoes during, I can't remember exactly which war it was. Joe would know better than me. I want to say it was the Civil War, but I'm probably wrong. But they supplied like a huge majority of the horseshoes for that war. Excuse me. And then there were other mills as well, all the way up through. And Joe could tell you all about how the water was controlled through all those mills, and the people that owned the land and how they came up with the water rights and how it was going to be used. And it was really quite interesting. A lot of the infrastructure, some of the a lot of the foundations of the buildings, you can find them here and there throughout the property. It's really kind of interesting just to walk through the area and see that. So I would suggest if anybody has not been to Burden Pond Preserve in Troy, definitely check it out. On the preserve itself, you're going to see at least 2 major waterfalls, if not 3, depending on where you actually travel inside the preserve. The trails are very well maintained, some of them brand new, like I explained at the beginning of the broadcast. So you'll definitely want to check that out. And then you can actually go down Mill Street. There's a small section of trail toward the bottom of Mill Street that actually passes by a couple more waterfalls. All of that was brand new last year and the year before. We created all those trail systems. And then basically what it does is it's going to, from Burden Pond, it's going to jaunt over to the Southland Preserve, or you keep going up to Campbell to Spring Ave and go down to the Post and Go Gorge. And the Post and Go Gorge is interesting because number one, the waterfall there is absolutely phenomenal. But number two is just like it's in the middle of the city. It's just absolutely beautiful to check out. Multi-tiered waterfall. You just got to check it out. And I've got Donna coming up here, so just let me know when you're ready, Donna. I'll pop you on. And then the idea is from Post to Go Gorge to create a bridge that goes across the gorge over to the main city park. So, Donna, just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. So that's kind of the idea behind the entire Narrows, Cascades, and Heritage Trail. So, all right. So we're going to bring Donna on in a couple seconds. You good, Donna? I just want to add you. All right. Here we go.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Good to see you, stranger.
Good to see you too. How's it been?
It's been okay. It's been busy, doing a little traveling, doing some yard work. It's
good. Yes.
It's been okay.
Lots of yard work.
Lots of yard work. Good. Landscaping in the backyard, around the patio, and all that stuff. So.
Oh, beautiful.
It's been work.
Yeah, I've been doing the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a home for some of my. So I have about I want to say, 36 kale plants, and I've got about 70 broccoli plants, and so I'm going to be finding homes for a lot of veggies. So.
We tried doing veggies a couple years, and it just didn't work out. I mean, the fill that we have in our yard is not good. Yeah. So we tried doing some raised beds, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And the one year, by the time we got around to do it, because it was that really, really wet spring we had. Mm-hmm. And by the time we got to do everything was gone. So it's like, we'll let it go.
I messed up this year. I did really well as far as like amending the soil, getting the nitrogen and the potash and stuff in to kind of, get that, because I actually tested the soil for the first time this year.
Ah.
Yeah. So, I knew apparently New York is really great for I think it's phosphorus, really great for phosphorus, but it almost always needs nitrogen and potash added to the soil.
Okay.
So I added a lot of that, and that's doing great. But I started my seeds off way too early, so I had like tomatoes, like this.
And we still had snow.
Yeah. So so I took them out, and I didn't have a fan on. I should have a stronger fan I needed, so they got really leggy, so they got so as soon as I took them out in the heat, they like fell over.
Oh, jeez.
So, and I had 120 something tomato plants. And
wow.
I think only half of them survived.
Well, we did tomatoes the one year, and I didn't realize how many different varieties as far as like early, middle, late, and how late those late ones are.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't get too late up here. Even though we're not, like Northern Adirondacks, like you can't get too late. So, right. I mean, the bush was just enormous, and all these tomatoes were coming on, but it was getting too cold.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, it just, I mean, we got a few off of it that we could use, but the rest were just too late for this area. So, like, lesson learned. Look at the tags.
It's work,
what time?
Man. Yeah, it's work.
Yeah, it was great while we had it. Grew lettuce and like homegrown lettuce is amazing.
Oh, so good. Yes.
So
absolutely.
Good. Like lettuce actually has a flavor.
Yeah, I know, right? And even
a little crazy.
Yeah, kale is the same way. Like, you buy kale from the store, and it's very just kind of like there's nothing to it. And then like our kale, we get to pick it whatever we want. So we get it younger, and oh my God, it's so much better. So,
yeah. We did romaine, buttercrisp,
nice,
head lettuce, and I can't remember. There were 4 kinds.
Wow.
The romaine did great.
Nice.
We got a little teeny tiny head of lettuce. The butter crisp was really, really good. So
Wow. Nice.
I liked doing those. I just wish everything else had been more successful, but
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it takes time, and you like me. I'm learning what I should and shouldn't plant. Like I can't do corn here because we've got tons of squirrels and
Oh yeah,
chipmunks and stuff. So
yeah.
and then I had 36 each of peas and beans, and I planted those. They were planted early, but I covered them.
Yeah.
And the rabbits got to them.
Oh.
So we've got so I finally kept the rabbits out, and I replanted them direct to ground, and barely any of them grow. But if you plant them in a planter, like every one of them grows. It's ridiculous.
Huh.
It's crazy. So yeah. So
yeah, anyway. I grew up with my dad having a huge garden. So saying you planted beans, like each kid got their row of beans to weed and pick. But we had cucumbers and tomatoes and peppers and pumpkins and cantaloupe. And he tried doing celery one year. He did broccoli.
I've got celery right now.
Yeah, it was.
It's fun.
That's what conjures in my head. Like, oh, my row of beans.
Picking all the plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, kind of picking all the weeds, and I hated it so much.
Hated it. My arms just used to get so full of rash from the plants. And
but now they're saying leave the weeds. Like they're saying don't pick all the weeds because they actually they draw up all the nutrients from below the soil, and they create more nutrients. So you let them grow a little bit, and then you use a what the heck do they call it? It's a weeding hoe. Basically, it's kind of like a piece of metal.
Okay.
With like a long handle, and you just rake it across the ground, and it like basically cuts them right off at the roots. So and then you drop them right there, and they compost.
Then they compost, and interesting.
So So
don't plan on doing any beans anytime soon.
No.
The childhood trauma.
That's awesome. So I was before you came in, I was actually talking about the Narrows and the progress that we made over the weekend.
I need to get out there. I gotta try and figure out a date when I can come out and see you guys and participate. But you're all the way across the state. So.
Well, yeah, and so what I was saying was for anybody that wants to be involved with the New York Second Saturdays, any place around them, even if it's got 2 trees, just go and relax under the trees. If you want to get really ambitious, bring the buckets or the bags or whatever. And, you get very, very ambitious. So.
Well, we just completed the St. Lawrence County waterfall crawl. And
nice.
One of the places we went to, it was Greenwood State Forest near Pitcairn. I think that's what it is.
Yep.
I think that's how you pronounce it. Picked up some garbage there, but there was like 3 little pieces. So I was very happy to see that. But the other stuff is like really, on one hand, why is it there? But on the other hand, like this is all it is.
Yeah.
So we had stuff in the car and I just grabbed something. So, I didn't have a glove, but I just used something like a napkin over my hand to pick stuff up. So.
Right. Yeah.
But I was glad, like there was nothing else there, and there's some very rustic campsites there.
Yep.
There was nothing around it, and all sorts of little, a lot of picnic tables and little fireplaces and stuff like that, and it was very clean.
So people didn't leave like their rubbish from like their food, like cooking food and stuff. Wow, that's impressive. Nice.
No.
What challenge was that?
It's through St. Lawrence County. They're actually doing 3 challenges. They go until the end of the calendar year. There's a waterfall crawl. It's 8 waterfalls in St. Lawrence County. There's a hiking/walking challenge. So they have a list of trails to do. And then there's a biking or running challenge. I can't think of the name of it. They have like a catchy name for them all, but they have certain trails. It's everything like from over towards Watertown up to the Finger Lakes, down towards Pitcairn. So all of St. Lawrence County. And you can just go to the St. Lawrence County website or just Google St. Lawrence County waterfall crawl.
Mhm.
And they'll give you the list of each of the trails or waterfalls, and you just go online and register, like sign up for an account, and you just give them a date of when you did the challenge.
Okay.
So you want to, if you want to rate it, if the date that you did it, any other comments, pictures, anything like that, and you get like this little electronic badge that
That's cool.
you can put on your social media. And I think at some point they're going to have patches that you can buy. I don't think they're going to give them to you, but we go up there so much. It's like there were a couple that we had never been to, so we just made a long weekend of it. And yeah, yeah, and no running. I did the waterfall crawl, no problem.
Yes.
But I mean, a lot of different trails. So there were some like up near Potsdam and Canton. They're very easy gravel trails, like right along the Racket River. Other ones, we did one in the town of Edwards. It's a Rails to Trails trail.
Yeah. Yep.
So you just do that one. Like some of them are longer distance, some of them are really short.
Nice.
You just do what you want to do. And we'd never been to a few of them, so it was just a fun thing to make a weekend of doing.
Now, do they try to have you do them all in 1 year?
You have to do it by the end of this calendar year.
Okay. Nice.
That's all it is, this calendar year. So I think they started it must have been like with the first day of spring, something like that. Like I had heard about it earlier this year, and then you just had to sign up and they would email you when it started.
Mhm.
And then when they published the list for each of the challenges. So
Anne wants to know if you could link to the challenge.
Say that again.
Can you link to the challenge?
Yes, I will get the link for you.
Okay, cool, excellent.
Yeah,
because I know it's kind of tough. Like we talk a lot about different books and different challenges and other things, and very rarely do we get the links up. So
yes, I will get you. But it's fun. It's all just in one county, but you're going all over in the county. So
yeah, I didn't realize that went all the way to Boston.
Yes, I did not realize. Like, they have the map, and they'll put all the locations on there, and there's like 4 of the runs/bikes like right up on the St. Lawrence. So it's like, we can't go all the way up there.
Yeah.
And some of them like a system of trails, so you can do whatever kind of distance you want on those trails, and some are just a couple miles. So it's whatever you want to do. The one we did in the town of Edwards, I want to say it was like 3 miles round trip. So it was like a straight out and back.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other one right in Canton and Potsdam, it was following the Racket River. I want to say it was like 2 miles.
Okay.
So there's a lot of options to them. None of them are really difficult, and I think they kind of rate them so you have an idea what they might be.
That's
nice. Easy, moderate, stuff like that. So yeah, I thought it was something fun to do, and all ages.
Okay. Yeah. So you could bring your dogs too, if you want to.
I would look at the details that they have for each of the trails, because they would indicate if pets were allowed or not. The ones we went to, pets were not an issue, so you could bring them. Nice. So yeah, I mean, they had for the waterfalls, they had Lamson, they had Greenwood Creek State Forest. Make sure it's the creek. I'm going to totally lose my memory what they all were. There were most of them we had already been to. This one, I'm going to totally lose the name of it, but I have to look it up. But they did, as we pulled up to it, they had a nice new parking area, like the DEC did it. So it's all nice and level. They had some picnic tables there. It was this trail like through this meadow with this little boardwalk over it, and then you cut into the woods, and you could tell it was a local swimming area because there were some people there swimming, which I wouldn't have minded, but we weren't prepared for swimming. But a great waterfall right there. A lot of popular ones that people are going to know, but we had a great time doing it. So
Cool.
I'm gonna have to get to their website and get the list. So
Yeah.
but I would
Yeah,
highly
definitely.
recommend it.
Yeah, we'll post the we'll definitely post some links to it because I know that oh geez, a couple of years ago they had reached out to us and they wanted, I forget whether they wanted to partner or if they just wanted us to kind of spread the word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was for the waterfall portion, of course. And,
Okay.
I
I'm on the website right now just for the one that we did in the town of Edwards. And there, it gives you the length, the difficulty, the surface. So it'll tell you this one particular was gravel and crushed stone. It says pets, they're permitted, and fees none. So it'll give you all that information for all the different trails.
that's
So
great.
yeah, like it was just something really cool to do. We'll find any reason to go up there. So once I mentioned to my husband, he's like, okay, sure. So we
Well, now
always have a good time.
you guys have that new camper now, right?
Not yet. It
Okay.
should be built. Now it's going to be a matter of transporting it up here. That's going to be the bigger challenge. But they said transportation is getting better, but they ship them 8 at a time. So it's a matter of getting 8 to ship up here. We're pretty confident we'll have it by July. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that. I mean, we're middle of June. I haven't heard anything yet. So I'm thinking it might be into July.
Oh,
but
wow.
it's just, it took a long time to get it built.
Yeah. Well, I heard that there's a driver shortage for the tractor trailers now.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, I'm on the website. The challenges are the Great 8. So you have the Great 8 Riverside Run, the Great 8 Nature Nuts, which is 8 hiking trails, and then the Great 8 Waterfall Crawl. So the website is stlctrails.com.
So it's stlctrails.com. Okay.
Yep.
I'm typing that in just to.
Yeah.
That'll grow. Oh.
Yeah, it's the Great 8 Challenge.
Cool.
So you can get the list, and then you can view them on the map, make your plans where you want to go. The same thing like with the trails. The waterfalls are Bassford on Tule Pond Road.
That's a good one.
Greenwood Creek State Forest, Harper's Falls, Hart's Falls Preserve. That was the one I was talking about. They had the nice new gravel area and the picnic area.
Oh, awesome.
Heritage Park Trail. I have to look at the falls. Lamson Falls, Rainbow Falls, and Sinclair Falls, all on Tule Pond Road.
Nice.
So what's this here?
Yeah, Tule Pond is that area is so awesome.
Oh, when we were all done, we went back to Tule Pond Road.
Oh yeah,
we went to Twin Falls, and my husband loves that one, so we went back there, and there were some guys fishing there, but we ended up of the 2 twins, we went to the smaller twin, and we walked down the side of it. We crossed over, then walked down the side of it to try and get some pictures. And I wanted to get more front-facing pictures, and I knew there's a lot of muck down there. But I had my hiking boots on and my hiking pants. I took my socks off, so if I got wet, I got wet. And I was walking down the side and, getting a little mucky, like, okay, fine. And I had to cross like the little bit of it's not even a creek, just a little bit of a waterway to get over to like what looks like the island there.
Yeah.
And I was like almost knee deep in water, which I expected. Fine. So I'm kind of like walking over so I could look straight at the falls. I was like mid shin in muck.
No.
It's just like quick, try and get out of it, get some solid footing. And
that's awesome. Now,
okay.
If I remember correctly, for that particular one, in order to cross over, there's almost like a man-made kind of channel that you kind of cross over. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I know
it's maybe like 4 feet wide. Yep. It's really, and there's people have put some bigger rocks there to step on, and there's definitely an effort to make it.
Oh yeah.
Crossable for most everybody.
It's funny because it's just wide enough that you don't feel comfortable jumping across.
Yes.
right?
And
Okay,
it's
yeah,
steep on either side.
yes.
So yeah. I mean, we had our hiking boots on, so like, yeah, just walk across and it was no problem. But then going down the side, like that really wasn't a problem either. It was just when I got to all that mud and muck and
Yeah,
but just like,
yeah,
I have everything on. So I just kind of when I was done with my pictures, we walked back around the other side of it towards the bigger waterfall and just kind of went out in the water and rinsed everything off and
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, it's a great little spot. I remember going up there. I mean, it's obviously been quite a few years since I've been there, but um, yeah, I remember that area very well.
Yeah.
I think for that spot or that road, Rainbow Falls is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
So that
We
just
were going to stop at a couple of them, but we ended up just kind of hanging out there a little bit longer
Mhm.
and clouds were moving in and it was starting to, it sprinkled a little bit and I wasn't sure how much more it was going to rain. So I'm like, yeah, we'll just head out. So we headed up towards the DeGrasse end. So we went
nice.
past like Rainbow and Bassford and all
Yep,
that up
yep,
that way. It's like, yeah, I would
nice.
like to stop, but my boots were already wet. So I didn't want to go trekking anymore. But thankfully, like I brought up my sneakers and another pair of socks. So
Yep.
I was all good and a change of pants and
Oh, come on
everything
now.
was okay. So
Ouch.
would you,
I've
hey,
got
Owen, would you shut the door, please? Thank you.
I've got a cat attacking my everything right
Uh,
now. So so
I got the
anyway,
two dogs laying on the floor behind me.
oh excellent.
I'm just hoping they stay quiet. So,
Yeah, ours is so Saturday. Well, last week ours got spayed finally,
mm,
and you know she's still a puppy. She's 8 months old, and 9 months old, or something like that. So she wants to run all over the place. And about halfway through our trail day on Saturday, I think she popped a stitch or something.
oh,
Yeah, so I had to kind of rush home and get her back to the vet just to get her checked out.
yep.
She, you know, she accumulated quite a bit of fluid inside, but
Ah,
she was
poor
she
thing.
was okay. Yes, so we let her rest for quite a while. We got more pills for her, and finally, you know, she's getting to the point where we can take the cone of shame off.
Oh, yes.
So she's doing a lot better now. So,
Good. Good,
but
good,
yeah,
good.
I think if she were down here, she'd be trying to get up on my lap right now. So,
Right now, well, one of them left. I'm surprised they're quiet because they normally start wrestling and irritating each other.
nice, nice.
So, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
But we're kind of quiet now. We have most of our trips out of the way. I tend to go earlier in the year. I don't do a
okay,
lot in the summer. I
okay.
don't like hiking in hot weather.
I
It's
was
just
wondering.
not it's just not as enjoyable for me. Plus, now is when more people are going to be out. So
Yeah,
the trips we've taken, the last two, it was before a lot of people were out. So we had the
right.
places to ourselves.
Hmm.
And I'm not worried about COVID anymore, but just I don't want so many people around that you don't feel like you can be out there and enjoy yourself.
Well, yeah,
So
I think that was
it's
the biggest problem for everyone was the fact that you know you when last year like every trail you went to it was just
yeah,
completely mobbed
yeah.
basically.
There's
Yeah,
so many people out.
yeah.
And I'm glad people are getting out,
Oh,
but
absolutely. Yeah.
I like it a little bit quieter and some of the lesser traveled trails.
Hmm.
So we're not putting anything on the calendar until the beginning of August.
Nice.
And that's our trip once we have our camper.
Yeah.
So
It's,
kind
it's
of stick around
funny.
home for now, but
Yeah. It's funny. The heat never really bothered me. Like I'll go out, you know, 100 degrees and I'll do a crazy hike or whatever. And I'm terrible. Anybody listening to this, don't follow what I do, but I I will go out 100-degree day and I'll go on a crazy hike and I will not take water with
oh
me. And you know, I'm just one of those people that like I can go days without drinking water. I'm just you know, it doesn't bother me.
yeah.
But you know, for every normal person out there, they should definitely you know not do that.
No, not a good idea. Not the smartest plan.
No, it's not. And luckily enough, I have never ever felt anything
Here's
from like
Paige.
the heat. That's beauty.
This is Paige. Okay, gotta get down.
So, luckily enough, I have never ever felt, any effects from either the cold or the heat. So,
Yeah.
and I think, one of our previous lives, I stated that I still hike in jeans.
Yes, I remember you
wear-
said that. I know there were
I-
days that we were out, and I think it was when I was doing my 100 challenge,
Yeah.
and I did not drink a lot of water. So
Mm.
I have to stop and go to the bathroom, and
Yes.
it's just an annoyance.
Oh, absolutely.
So like I was getting a little grouchy, and my husband's like, "How much have you had to drink?" I'm like, "Not a lot." He's like, "Okay, drink."
He knows you.
Yes, he does. So I know I should, and I know I need to, but it's just I don't want to have to deal with that inconvenience. So-
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's part of my problem too. So yeah, absolutely. I got you there. And again, I'm going to reiterate what I do is not what everyone else should do. They
No.
should not be hiking in
No.
jeans and stuff when they're,
No.
hiking mountains and stuff.
But our last ones, we've done really well. When
Yes.
we went to, we went on like a 7-mile hike, and OK Slip Falls.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we were smart. We had our backpacks, we had our water, and drinking along the way. So we were smart about that.
Nice.
But if it's a shorter hike, I probably don't come as prepared as I should. But I don't totally ignore drinking water.
Yes. Kara, just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Oh, she's ready. We're going to have Kara on too. So Kara, how's it
Hi
going?
guys.
Hello.
Can you hear me okay?
Can
Absolutely.
hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually forgot to do the whole introduction thing that I normally do. Hopefully that's not a total faux pas. But Kara, if you want to introduce your group at least.
Sure. I am the admin of New York Hikes and Waterfalls. And we've been around for about 10 years, I would say. Grown a lot in the past year.
Yeah, how many members do you
I think we're at 22,000.
Wow.
Yes.
So we were talking about my
Waterless hikes.
my bad hiking practices.
Yeah.
At least
I
you
don't know.
admit it. So
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's stupid. It really is. I'll admit it.
Sometimes I forget my water on the hike, and then like there was a time when once at like Zora Valley, I was so thirsty I actually thought about asking people for a drink of their water. Like I just was not thinking right. I was like, okay,
That's
just get back.
I'm
Or
sure
just drink-
somebody would have given you something.
Like poured it in my mouth or something.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you have
Honestly-
like this creek all around you and you're like, oh, I'm so thirsty.
Yes. Honestly, the last creek walk I went on, I did actually show up. I was already dehydrated because it was the weekend and I had partook in some drink. And I showed up. I didn't bring anything to drink. I meant to that specific time. I meant to bring something, and I actually came about this close to drinking the stream water.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm,
very, very stupid.
Donna's like,
probably not a good idea. Mm-mm. It looks so clean. It's flowing. It can't be
It
that
looks so
dirty. A little
exactly.
sip.
So cool. So cool.
Yeah. Well,
No
the different
warm
places
areas.
we've
Yeah.
gone up. The one time we went near Oswald Chasm, and we were heading back to the Lake George area, and there's so many natural springs up there.
Yeah.
And my husband's family is from Bloomingdale. And so he knows where a lot of the natural springs are. So we found one. Of course, there's the big sign about don't drink it and bacteria and this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, takes a big drink of it. And our son didn't want to. And it's like, one little sip is not going to hurt you. It's just, you're not going to drink this day in and day out.
Right.
So like,
Yeah.
you can take like a little handful and it's fine.
It's interesting, actually. There was one person, I forget whether it was on a podcast or radio that I heard, and he basically said, yeah, you can drink from a creek. The chances of you actually, intaking anything that's going to be, bad for you is like almost nothing. So
Right.
like even if there's a bear upstream, like the chances is pretty slim, I guess. So.
Yeah. I have to go get something out of the oven, so I'm going to stop my camera and I'll be back in a couple minutes, baking some banana bread.
Oh, nice. Excellent. So, Cara, it's been a long time. How's it going?
I know. Good.
Yeah.
Good. How about you?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah. Getting my gardening on. Been doing a lot of kale and going to have a ton of broccoli very soon.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So what else are you doing? The kale and the broccoli and
lots of
I know
tomato.
I thought I saw pictures of you with other things going on.
Oh, yeah. So, inside the garden, so I have onion, I have chives, I have strawberries, carrots, tomato, cucumber, squash, beans,
Wow.
Celery, cabbage. It's
Wow.
crazy. Like I've got a pack. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
You don't need to go to the store.
no, very soon. No.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
So
I would love to do that.
Yeah, it's honestly, like at first it's a lot of work because it's a lot of prep work, and then you have to get everything in the ground. But then once you get it there, as long as it's prepped pretty well, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Nice.
I harvested a bunch of the kale and put it in our dehydrator.
Oh yeah.
Which actually works stellar. It's like dynamite. And I've got like 3 really big bags, freezer bags full of kale right now.
Okay, nice.
So, yeah.
What do you do with that? Just like eat kale chips, or?
Yes, we do kale chips a lot. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then we're going to use some of the stuff we're going to kind of grind up and use in our smoothies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
nice.
And then
all right.
A lot of people don't know this, and I'm probably going to throw a couple people off, but so the broccoli leaves, you can do the same thing with.
Okay.
Completely edible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get yelled at for this by at least a couple of different people, but the tomato leaves, you can eat the tomato leaves. A lot of people say they're part of the nightshade family. You can't eat the tomato leaves, but
really?
Yeah, research it. Please research it yourself, but you can eat those. The carrot leaves, not just the carrots, but the carrot leaves themselves, you can eat those. So, there's like literally like I'm going to have hundreds of pounds of food when it's all over. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
Really busy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm trying to get the kids into it a little bit. They're still a little bit too young to totally appreciate it. But
yeah.
So we're trying to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Now I heard you talking about all your
time.
I heard you talking about all your food. What do you do with everything? Do you guys can it? Do you freeze it?
So I've actually started dehydrating a lot of it. I've got one of those big kind of stackable dehydrators, which is kind of cool. And then last year I froze a lot of it, and that worked out pretty well as well. I'm not sure yet, but I may set something up front for the kids to kind of sit at, just to kind of give them something to do, have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. But for the most part, like I think last year I actually found some people that actually give a lot of the food away too. So that was kind of fun too.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know if there were like any like food banks or anything like that would take fresh veggies like that.
That's a good question. I don't know, as far as from a liability standpoint, I don't know if they would actually do that or not.
I don't know if they would let you do that.
Yeah,
Does it have to come from someplace else, not a private person donating
I mean-
to them. I don't know how that works.
I mean,
Right.
that's a stellar idea, though. I'll have to check into that too, because I'm definitely going to have enough that
Mhm.
I could donate some for sure. So, but so Kara, what's new with you? What's you been on any good hikes or what's going on?
No, I have a new job and I really feel like it's kicking my butt. And but Donna and I do have something planned coming up.
Beautiful, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It's nice that we live in the same area.
yeah.
Yes.
That's good. So you guys gonna get on a hike together at least?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were going to go to Waverly Glen.
I need to do that. Yes, I need to do that sometime soon.
That kind of fell through. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough because like everyone is across the state, and everyone
Mhm.
has like different not priorities, but different things going on at all
Mhm.
times, basically. So
yeah. It's funny because like most of you guys are all the way over there, and in my training for my new job it's like really intensive, like online live training, and they're
Okay.
all from Albany and Troy and that whole side of the state, and I'm like, I'm really out there, aren't I?
But so what? Did you change careers, or is it just a different place?
No, I didn't change careers necessarily. So I was still doing like a mental health position, but for Head Start preschool before.
Okay.
And now I work for an agency that contracts with Child Protection Services.
Wow. Okay.
And so the program that I work in, we find family for kids who may not be able to go back to their parents anytime soon.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Wow.
Yeah. So we
Okay.
still have to learn everything that child protection does so that we can, kind of just be a part of the process.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I can see where you need hiking to kind of fit into that.
Yes. Yeah. It's a lot so far. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully you're happier there.
I am actually. Yeah.
Oh, good. That's good to
Mhm.
hear, actually.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah. I mean, I don't know if you did you catch any of the beginning of the live at all?
No, not the very beginning.
Okay.
Was doing
Yeah.
bath time and all that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I kind of snuck away from some of that tonight, almost
Yeah.
every time we do these.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about the Narrows and how we got a bunch of the trail done, and basically finally got to the point that we've opened up that trail system to the public. We got our first trailhead signs in as well.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we're
That's
stoked
awesome.
about that.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So need to get you out here for that one as well, because that's a good
I
hike.
know.
It's a
Oh
lot
my
of fun.
gosh.
Bring the
We'll
kids.
plan a road trip.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh, I know.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was 3 years in the making, but we finally got that trail system open. So
3 years seems like a
Wow.
long time, but it seems quick too.
Oh, it went very fast. Yeah.
That quick in that all the planning and the approval, and I have no idea what that process is, but just knowing how long red tape always takes to get through, that to have something in 3 years that the public can have access to, like that seems like a really awesome time frame.
Well,
That
I will say, well, we were very lucky in the fact that big shout out to Troy, the city of Troy. They gave us literally like carte blanche as far as like, hey, do what you guys need to do to get this done, and then if you guys find garbage, we'll take it away for you, and if you guys, when you guys are chopping down all the invasive trees, we'll get rid of that for you. So
that's awesome.
they actually really, as far as red tape goes, it was very minimal. It was really great. And then on top of that, like for the Burton Pond area itself, we started out with a really strong trail system to begin with. And we just needed to kind of redirect several different spots and put some bridges in and things like that to really kind of strengthen the trail. But like even like down at the bottom of Mill, I think it's Mill Ave or Mill Street, down at the bottom there where we created all the brand new trail, they're basically like, okay, yeah, do what you need to do. So
That's great.
yeah, it was incredible. It really was. They, you could really tell they just really wanted that for the community.
They realize what an asset it is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, and I think we wound up going to a couple of the board meetings, the city planning meetings, just to kind of, show our support in person. But otherwise, like they've helped us all along. So there's been no financial support, unfortunately, but that's because not too many of the cities or towns in the area really have money to put towards that kind of thing. But everything else, they've been very helpful with. So
That's fantastic.
we've got Stosh coming in too. Holy cow, we've got 4 of us here.
I'm on my phone. I just got home from my nephew's last baseball game.
Awesome. How'd he do?
He did good.
Yeah.
Let's say that. He threw the bat that almost went into the crowd, so that was the highlight of the night. So, but it's not the way it used to be. Let's say that it just seems like they're participating and not wanting to play. So, oh well.
That's too bad. Yeah, very passionate though. That's good.
Yeah. It's like cut out. It's so weird. Gotta figure out a way to do this. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's so tough with the phones. You can't get them set up right? Yeah. So how's it going, man? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Sorry, it's been busy as heck.
Yeah.
Stewardship and SAR and stuff like that, just crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Actually, tell us about the stewardship, because that's actually a pretty cool thing that you guys are doing.
It's going very well. So we've had, I think we're 3 weeks in, 3 weekends in, and last week we had over 52 interactions on one day, just one day. And there was 12 people that they decided made the people turn around because of what they were getting themselves into.
Oh,
like, there was people with just, no water, flip-flops and stuff. So they were just like, you're doing the slide on this, it's going to slip, you're going to hurt yourself. So they decided to turn around. I'm like, oh, that's good.
So you possibly saved some time for the search and rescue as well. Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
But awesome. It wasn't me. We have other volunteers there. I don't go every weekend.
Okay.
But it's going well. We kind of thought, because of the location, that there would be a lot more interaction, a lot more people. But it's I wonder if it's the weather's playing a role. But it's died down a lot. We would think there was, I think that somebody said the lot can hold like 35 cars, and they said there was 30 cars there last week.
Wow. Okay.
So
you think, so you're saying too hot or what?
I don't know. I think the last couple weekends it's been cold, actually, with rain in the forecast. So
right.
One weekend we had rain in the forecast, and it never came till like 3 o'clock, and we only saw 15 people.
Wow. So, see, I'd hike in rain. I don't care.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah. So sorry that I kind of bummed out the last couple weekends. Weeks. It's been a little crazy for me. So need to get one of you guys kind of set up with the credentials so you can jump on here too.
Quite possibly.
You're a fearless leader. We need you.
Yes. I agree.
I can sit here
Oh,
and
we
talk
all
to myself.
understand life gets in
Yeah.
the way.
Exactly. I can just like sit there and talk about anything. So
Yeah. Meanwhile, right before, I'm like feverishly like jotting down notes just to kind of figure out what I'm. So, yeah, we were Stash. We were just talking about City of Troy, Burden Pond, and the Narrows project and everything. Just how helpful the City of Troy has been to as far as kind of helping us kind of move along with the project. So, I'm not sure if you caught or not, but we finally put the first trailhead sign up.
Saw that.
Yeah, so it was really cool. Finally got that portion of the project kind of taken care of, which was nice to see. Nice to do. So
Wicked.
yeah,
It looked cool. The funny thing is, when I saw that picture, I didn't know if it was a trailhead sign or they were holding the sign. But the way I saw it, I'm just like, wow, they're holding that perfectly balanced. Yeah. I'm like, it's like perfect. I'm like, what did they do? And now it's a trailhead sign, so I understand.
Is there going to be anything to see how busy the trail is, how much people take advantage of it? Any kind of indication that you guys will get?
Good question, actually. I think the biggest indication is so far anyway, are the check-ins to the actual page.
Okay.
So amazingly enough, because we've been admins to the Burden Pond page for a couple years now, and they went from maybe once a month to a couple times a week, and even sometimes several times a day in the last couple months. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So,
excellent.
So it's very, very cool to see the use. The biggest problem is getting the four-wheelers off the trails.
Yeah.
They still continue to kind of use the trails quite a bit. And it's not that I think I'd want to see them completely leave the trails. It's that I'd like them to try to maybe use the trails that aren't being used by pedestrians. Because I could see one day, a four-wheeler kind of blazing down the trail and hitting somebody eventually.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So that'd be kind of that would be worst case scenario. Hopefully that never happens. But Stash, you've been traveling.
Yes, sir. As always.
Yeah. So you've been on a really good vacation.
Yes. We went down. My wife and I went down to the Shenandoah National Park.
Oh.
I would suggest anybody and everybody go down to that place because it's absolutely stunning and fun, and it's like kid friendly and anybody friendly. And it costs $35 to enter for 7 days, which is not bad to me. Which is good because it's before the Blue Ridge Parkway, and the Blue Ridge Parkway is free. And so everybody, when we were getting off the tail end of the Skyline Drive, which is the end of the Shenandoah National Park, there were cars and cars turning onto the Blue Ridge Parkway, but not into the Shenandoah. So getting that $35 fee deters a lot of people away. So
that's
awesome
but
place.
$35 for a week, like that's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was just like, is this $35 for like 2 or 3 days? And they're like, no, it's for a full week. I'm like, wicked.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Wow. That's amazing.
But it's the drive itself, the Skyline Drive is phenomenal. And just hiking along the Appalachian Trail and meeting the thru hikers was really fun. Very odd situations, as we met the first day. We met somebody from Binghamton, and then which was awesome. Her name was Happy Meal. Or no, wait, I forgot what her name was. They have awesome trail names.
Yeah.
Next day we met somebody that was from Schenectady, and she was going to Syracuse or something like that for school. The next day we were on one of the summits and we were enjoying the view, and some guy lost one of his bags from overnight, and we were talking with another guy, and went to school with Jessica.
Oh
my gosh.
In Delhi. Yeah, we were like, what? And we were like blown away.
That's crazy.
and then the last day we met someone. Where was she from? I think she was also from Schenectady. So every day we met a different person from New York State. The first
That's
day, the
great.
first day we stayed down there, we met a guy from Oxford.
That's
So
nuts.
it was
Wow.
really wicked, and the places we stayed at were fun and crazy. But like I said, this is like this park is awesome. There's hikes that are a mile long that lead you to the top of an open rock face. There's like 3 or 4 miles in case you want to stay away from the crowds. There's the Appalachian Trail is all along the whole Shenandoah National Park, so it's 109-mile trails of trail. And one of the days we met one of the thru hikers, Jessica, it was like a mile long hike. So Jessica didn't wear a pack and she had like all the food in it. And we were tail end of our hiking day, and they looked really tired, and we had oranges and stuff like that, and we forgot them. So we were going to give them to the hikers. So we were like, Jessica was super disappointed. She's such a too nice of a person. So she was just like, I can't believe we didn't get anything. So that night we went down to one of the shops, one of the local grocery places, and bought the 12-pack of soda, like 12 oranges, 12 apples, and like a 24-pack of M&Ms. And
Nice.
from there on out, we carried them on hikes and gave it to the Appalachian Trail thru hikers.
That's awesome.
And they trust me, they love soda. Like we were just like, they're like, do you have any water? And they're like, oh, we have water, but we have soda. And they're like, oh my God. They were
Or
so
get
excited to
or
have
the little packs that you put into the water bottle to flavor
Yes.
it.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
they love the soda. And I guess my friend was a thru hiker, and I asked him for advice, and he goes, listen, everybody wants something to taste. He's
Yeah.
like, we were sick and tired of the water. This is Shenandoah's are like almost halfway through. It's around 930 miles in. So they're like sick and tired of water. So he's just like, the best thing you can get them is beer. He's like,
Oh, that's hilarious.
anybody wants a beer because they just want to sit back and relax. He goes, but he's like, second best is soda, any
Nice.
soda. He's like, everybody loves Coke. And then he's just like, M&Ms is great, and oranges and apples.
Oh
Nice.
my gosh.
So we carried an extra like 30 pounds in our pack, but It was great to hand them out, and people were ecstatic
Nice.
to get food and soda, which was awesome.
See, I would have never thought that, I would have thought exact opposite. Like, thru hikers, they're going to need water, like the staples, like, the normal stuff. But that makes a lot of sense. It really does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was cool to get information through my friend, because we'd done the same thing. We would have gotten water or like oranges. We know is very good for hiking and stuff, and we would have got candy most likely.
Why do people eat oranges on hikes? I honestly do not understand.
Ed, you might be smart in this one. I don't know either.
Well,
You're not supposed to
for
throw
me-
the peel and it like drips
Exactly,
all over
yes.
you. I don't
Right,
get
so you
it.
get all sticky. What do you do with
Yeah.
the peel?
yeah, I think it's quick flavor, but I mean, honestly, I have no idea why. Because you're totally right. You'd have to hike out the peel.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
Like I would trip if I was like peeling an orange at the same time. I don't.
That's true. Apples are good. You can just toss them in there, but they love oranges for some reason. Maybe it's the high energy. It's got the
The flavor is
think
probably
it's
going to linger in your mouth too
if you think
from an
about it, though,
orange.
if you've got those little tiny, those little tiny ones. I mean, if you've got cottonmouth and you take one of those little tiny oranges, I mean, it takes care of that cottonmouth right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You
That makes sense.
also have the oil in the rind too. So
Yeah.
just thinking of
Yeah.
that too. Like as far as like squeezing that rind, you're going to get some oil from that, and
Yeah.
you're going to be able to taste that too. Not that
Right.
I don't eat oranges, but
Yeah.
I just don't like peeling them, and
Yeah.
Me too.
all the
That's
juice.
what
Yeah, you're right. All the juice and all the
yeah,
stickiness
No,
later
no,
on.
yeah, it's gonna be
Eventually.
all sticky
See-
running down your arm.
No. You guys have it all wrong. You have to get those easy peel little tiny oranges, like
The
literally-
halos.
Yeah,
the
whatever they
halos,
are.
the
Yeah.
mandarins.
You could
Yeah.
throw them against a wall and they're peeled. It's like great.
I don't know. It's like the rind and yeah.
It is pretty odd.
Nice.
Not
So
a
yeah,
fan of
they-
eating oranges.
Yeah, the through hikers are really fun people. Like I said, their trail names are fun. Like that one girl was Happy Meal, and she was nice. Jessica was very curious of how women take care of themselves on the trail. So
Mhm.
she had like
Legitimate
thousands of
question.
questions. Yeah, it's very interesting what this woman told us, and she was just like Jessica's like, "Do you shave?" And she's like, "Not really." She's just like, and she showed their armpits, and she's just like, there's no reason to. You're just gonna,
Right.
Mhm.
it's just gonna take more
Totally.
time, and it's gonna hold you up, and
Something
I'm
else you need to
surprised,
carry,
honestly.
and
huh?
something else you need to carry, like a razor.
Exactly.
And,
That's it. Yeah, she's just like, where would I like put a razor and stuff?
Yeah.
She's like,
right.
it's an awkward shaped thing.
Mhm.
If it's very small and awkward shaped, or it's very big and it takes up too much space,
Mhm.
and then it gets dull after so many uses. So they're
Right.
like, it's just a what use of like weightless, or it's a use of bad use of weight. So
Yep.
what was the other things? Like peeing on the trail and stuff like that. They're just like, most of them had that cool thing called the sheepy or the
Yep.
you go girl or something like that.
Mhm.
Cup thing. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a cup, right?
Yeah. I've
And they,
seen them.
they said they're great. And she's just like, I love it. And she's like, I can, sounds bad. She's like, but I can take a piss just like a guy and then walk away. She's just like, instead of, hide in the woods for, 50 feet, try to find a big tree to hide behind and stuff. And I'm just like, I told my wife, I'm just like, you guys, that sucks for you guys to have to do that, like it sucks. But she asked a lot of questions. It was really cool information from through hikers.
That's
As long
cool.
as it's not on the trail, because that is.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta go
True.
off the trail.
I
Yep.
thought you were gonna say like some people do that on the trail, like runners do that sometimes.
Oh yeah, the runners are. They said that they ran into some people that like the ultra marathon people,
Oh, gosh.
and they don't give a shit. You know that they're not real hikers because they don't give a shit about the other hikers. They just run past them and like, yeah, you don't even say hi. But those are the people that mistreat the trails. Throw their
Mhm.
shit right on the trail, or it's just really LNT crap that they don't follow.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, honestly, like you can tell a lot by some of the other hikers. If you walk past them and you give them a nod, and then they won't even nod to you.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I mean, that says a lot. So,
That's terribly rude. Terribly
It-
rude.
It is.
There's a lot of times like I'm the first one to say hi or like hello.
Mhm.
Somebody like
Yeah.
just quick nod, like okay, just
Yep.
we're the
Yeah,
only
like-
ones out here, so I'm not speaking to somebody else. So
my kids are
You can't-
50 yards down the trail and they're saying hello.
Yeah. We got by the way, Ed, we got a garter snake that Jessica wants Charlotte to get rid of.
Oh, Charlotte will grab it. Absolutely.
She said something about the snake being in the backyard. I'm just like, well, I guess we're gonna have to call Charlotte.
I had a buddy stop by today to grab some stuff, and as he's driving out of the driveway, Jackson ran to the fence with this huge garter snake in his hand.
Nice.
Needed to show it off, so dude had to pull back into the driveway to see it.
Of course.
Yep, absolutely.
doesn't
So-
matter what it is. If a kid's going to show you something, you got to stop and look
You
at it.
have to, yeah, absolutely.
Especially if it's a snake.
Yeah. So I actually, oh my God, dude. So Jackson was at the garage the other day, and I've got a stack of bricks right next to the garage, and he's pulling the bricks away from the garage. And naturally, I'm getting frustrated because I stacked the bricks next to the garage so they look nice, And he's pulling them away. He's like, he yells over, "Hey, I found a spider. You need to get over here. I found it." He says spider. He doesn't say spider. He says spider. I got a fighter. All right. So, okay, here's a fighter. So I walk over and I'm thinking it's just going to be, he likes his wolf spiders, and those are bad enough. And no, it's not a wolf spider. It's a, what do they call it? A dark gray fishing spider or creek spider, whatever the hell they call it. The damn thing was this big around,
Ew.
and like no joke, this big around. Like it was ridiculous big, and like so he's on a brick, and his legs are spanning from one side of the brick to the other side of the brick, and he wants to see it. Jackson, he loves the spiders. He wants to see it. I'm like, dude, you do not want to get bit by the spider. So I picked the thing up. I picked the brick up, and the stupid thing like lunges towards the top of the brick, not towards me. Yeah, he's just like, shoo, and I'm like, and I dropped the brick, and I injured the spider. I felt I felt so terrible, so bad. So
This is horrible.
yeah, I was so horrified. So I took the brick, and it wasn't badly injured, but I set him over to the side, and luckily enough, the thing like scurried away. He left, but like Jackson does this stuff to me all the time.
The spider jumped.
Like he's huge. Like this is one of those spider. Oh my god, he's so.
Did you take a picture?
I did actually, and you know what? Bear with me because I'm gonna look for this thing now. I forgot that I had this.
Oh, no, thank you.
I'm curious.
The dude, like, he freaks me out, man. Let's see here. I gotta find.
We learned at the drill this weekend. We learned. I didn't know that we had black widows up here.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I knew that.
Here.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Where are they? What areas?
Hiding.
I don't know.
Like
Is
what
it-
areas? Like yours?
Uh,
Stay over there.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
That
I'm pretty
part
sure
is
they're all
great.
over the place.
Oh, here
Is
we
it
go.
we don't have brown recluse up here?
I thought we do.
No, we've got recluse.
Do we have recluse?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I might be exaggerating on the size of this thing, but it was still gigantic. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. Let's see here. Share screen.
Warning, warning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Trigger warning. Yeah, trigger warning. Let's see here. So Google Photos. Okay, share. So.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
Terrifying.
He was
Is that-
he was so crazy looking, so awesome. But
Dude, that's
no
beautiful.
thanks.
so I can't remember the name of the spider, but it's like a dark water spider, dark fishing spider, something like that. But generally
No
speaking,
That's a beautiful spider.
oh, man,
Yeah,
was-
it is, but it's still terrifying.
Oh man,
Yes.
it's incredible looking, but like they're usually near creeks, and I didn't expect to see this thing like here. Like it was just ridiculous. So, but
Wicked.
yeah,
Good thing it didn't have like an egg sack on its back or something.
Oh, jeez.
that would have been horrible.
We could have taken that into Jess and shown her.
I know, right?
Oh,
No, thank you.
Oh man,
Oh, I do
But
not
anyway.
like spiders.
no.
I will
You know-
let them be when I see them outside, but they come in my house. Mm-mm. No.
generally they don't bother me, but this one was like just big enough that it was just like off-putting. Like I was
Wolf
just-
spiders get big enough. Like
Yeah.
those
Mhm.
things get
Yes.
huge.
Yeah.
So-
Jackson will walk over and he'll have like his hand like this, little tiny hole, and then I'll be like, dude, what do you have? And he'll be like, he'll open it up just a little bit, and the spider will go out of his hand. Dude,
You're
what,
like, you know, it's
what are
nothing
you doing to
good.
me?
Aw. That's
It's great
fun.
that he's not nervous,
No.
scared, anything like that around him. Good
Nope.
for him.
He walks
Me, I
around with
see him.
bees. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
Right.
Nope.
he's
That's so funny.
nuts.
Wicked.
Better you than me.
All right, guys. Well, we've been on for about an hour and 15 minutes, so I think I'm gonna have to cut it loose. But like I do every time, I'm gonna ask you guys if you have any shout outs that you want to do. Does anybody want to go first?
I will. I'll do the St. Lawrence County challenges.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check them out. Hiking, biking, walking, waterfalls. Check them out. A lot of
Okay.
great places to explore in St. Lawrence County. Covers a huge area. So yeah, St. Lawrence County.
And there are four.
There's
four,
three
right?
three
Oh,
categories.
Okay.
STLCtrails.com and look for the Great 8 Challenge.
Awesome. Okay, who wants to go next?
I will. Shout out to all the volunteers putting in for this summer. Definitely for like there's called Ridge Runners, the Summit Peaks, people in the Adirondacks, Catskills, any volunteers at the waterfalls and stuff like that, just keeping things straight and leave no trace. And they're putting in their hard work for probably what's going to be not busier than last year, but a busy year. So shout out to all the volunteers.
Awesome. Cara?
Yeah, so I'll just piggyback off of that. Just direct shout out to the members of my group, and I think it's great to end on a note of leave no trace and pitching in this year. And when you see stuff, pick it up, throw it away. Don't leave stuff to begin with, but if it's there, pitch in because everybody else is. And I don't know, just be safe as usual. That's kind of a theme that I like to share in the group. So
Absolutely. So I'm going to say Expedition Midlife. I need to shout them out real quick. Thank you for the help this weekend, along with Mount Ida Preservation Association and Rensselaer Land Trust and the Narrows Cascade and Heritage Trail. So those are my shout outs. I know I picked a lot, but they all helped with the trails this weekend. So I wanted to kind of kick that in. So, but I appreciate you all jumping on this week. It was a lot of fun, and we'll catch you again next week.
Sorry I came on so late.
Oh, it's awesome, man. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.